But Lebanon, 2 or 3 different running backs in the mix throughout the season here. The lead back definitely number 22, Braden Christian. You see him in the set right there behind. Man comes in motion.
Looks like there was two guys or the two guys in motion.
Yep, we're going to have illegal motion here on the Lebanon Yellowjackets, so that'll move it back 5. But, Coach, just the team in the video I watched on them today, a couple different blocking schemes. They'll pull the guards and move around, but just some old school line it up, and they're going to run it right at you.
Look like big backs. Look like a little flex bone midline triple action there going to happen. So see what happens this time. In action. Coming back. Under center.
York up under center. Man comes in motion. Pitch goes to him, slips. And Coach, we said just a minute ago, just a little bit of moisture out there as a little pitch to number 26, Carson Hill. Looked like he turned to try and turn that corner and cut it upfield right there, and feet just go out from underneath him. So that's going to be a loss on the play, Coach. It's going to bring up 3rd and long here for the Lebanon Yellowjackets.
Ball back to the 41-yard line, so 3rd and 18. Be great to get a good stop here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Beckett York will go to the air here on 3rd and long.
Nope, little belly.
Still on his feet, bounces off Tigers and still on his feet. Coach, that's going to be Braden Christian.
3 times that young man was stopped and just kept moving his feet. Was not willing to go down.
Nope, 41 yards on the run right there, and so Lebanon Yellowjackets going to get on the board first. As you said, Coach, it hit 3 different times, but, Coach, you're going to have to wrap him up. You're talking about a young man in Braden Christian coming into tonight. He's averaging about 126 yards a game. He's definitely not a back that's going to shy away from hits, that physical size. You're going to have to wrap that young man up if you're going to want to bring him down. The extra point's up and good. So at 10:32, Lebanon's going to jump out early with that 7-0 lead. Want to welcome all the viewers, the millions and millions out there watching tonight. And, Coach, we've got the feed up. Everything's great over here. And you guys are watching somewhere other than the great state of Missouri. Well, wherever you're watching, Coach, we want you to check in. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Still looking to add sticky notes back here to the TTSN Sports map. As Coach, it's hard to believe we're on our final football broadcast of the season. Final fall sports broadcast. Well, pending what the outcome of tonight's game and what happens, I believe. Glendale's in the mix down there.
Lebanon, Cap City.
Yeah, I mean, on paper it is still up in the air, but it looks like the Tigers will probably be on the road next week to start districts. But what could be our final sports broadcast of the fall season, Coach, winter sports are getting ready to kick off. It's just absolutely crazy. Where has this fall season gone?
Well, it doesn't seem like their last broadcast we were worried about the sun being in our eyes, and that's
it was not a problem here tonight. All right, kickoff going to be returned out to about the 32, 33-yard line, so the Waynesville offense going to get their first look at it, go to work right there.
Little pregame action before the game, little senior recognition tonight, so kudos to those seniors.
Oh, absolutely. We had the Rhythm Nation dance team out here before the game performed, the cheer performed, and then, as you said, the senior recognition for football. I believe we're going to have senior recognition for our Tiger Pride Marching Band at halftime tonight after their performance. Handoff's going to go to Tashawn Bird, looking for room to cut it up right there. And, Coach, I think Bird's going to lose a couple, maybe 3 yards on that carry.
Yeah, wasn't willing to give him the edge, so
no credit.
Pushing everything inside, back inside.
Well, and credit Lebanon. They're that pursuit right down the line of scrimmage right there.
Little rollout.
Little pitch, incomplete. Looking for Connor Ross right there, number 45 on the short pass rolling out into the flats there, but it's going to be incomplete, so that'll bring up 3rd and about 13.
All right, we got some individuals rolling out the far side, a little late, back in time.
Ryder Wells in the shotgun set. MJ Green comes in motion.
Oh, they get that in.
Gets
MJ
it out
with
to
the catch.
MJ. MJ's still on his feet. He's going to be short of the first down, but he gets it out to about the 40. Coach, I don't know if you had a chance to tune in and watch last week down at Kickapoo. I told MJ this week he stopped by my classroom. I didn't know if he could hear me all the way down at Kickapoo when I yelled his name. As we pitched into the backfield there, and MJ Green pulled up for about a 35-yard pass on the play for a touchdown last week down at Kickapoo. MJ, one of those guys that we've called his name all night, every night this season, just doing it all.
Got a little Waynesville bounce roll. He's still going.
Down inside the 20, all the way down to about the 18-yard line. So that's where the finally touchdown, I believe that's Connor Ross, touches that down at the 18 right there. But Lebanon Yellowjackets going to have a lot of field in front of them to go here. MJ Green comes over to coach, gets a quick drink of water, and right back out he goes. Lebanon brings that full house set to the line. Quick man in motion, handoff coming up the middle, and coach, we've got a penalty flag here.
Double somebody.
Yep.
2 in motion again.
2 in motion. Something in that formation, Coach. I don't know if the second guy's not seeing the first guy still moving.
So it's timing there. That B back, I believe is what they call it, is the one going in motion. So
comes in motion. Handoff, looking for room on that left side.
Got him wrapped up that time. Got a few.
Yeah, Braden Christian, it looks like he's going to get it back to about the original line of scrimmage, maybe half a yard there, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Loss of 5 there on first down with the motion penalty, and Christian picks most of that back up, so going to bring up about 2nd and 10 here. 8:20 still left to go here in the first quarter. Coach, that is just a packed-in offensive set right there.
Throwing
York.
Long down the center and just out of the fingertips, wide open. Just a hair long.
Just a little bit. Looking for Josiah Simmons, number 3 on that one, Coach. And Josiah just missed that right there. Just a hair long. It comes out of the hand of York. If he hits him in stride, Coach, that could have been bad.
Unless he trips and falls, there was a wide open spot all the way to the end zone, middle of the field. All right, so it brings up 3rd and 10.
Drops back. He's going to a little short pass this time, a little screen in the flats.
Get it wrapped up.
I believe. Coach, I believe that was Ogle. I was looking down here at the screen. I was having a hard time. I believe that was Ogle on the reception. He's going to have just enough for the first down, so that'll move it 1st and 10. Ball sitting right about the 31-yard line.
Oh, belly.
Handoff goes to Christian. Still on his feet.
Got to wrap that guy up.
As he's going to get it out right at midfield, Coach. And there again, you have 3 Tigers that get a lick on him right there. But as you said, you're going to have to wrap those legs up. Finally brought down on the play, Coach. I believe that's Davion Lupica, number 19, finally gets him down for the Tigers there. Handoff's going to go to Christian again.
That's seems those tackles are getting out to those backers and linebackers, and they're just kind of getting stumped there. And it's kind of hard to wrap a guy up when you got a offensive tackle on you.
Well, and definitely some of the size along that Lebanon line, Coach. Those aren't small individuals coming at you.
Little keeper.
York's going to keep it this time. He's going to get forward, and he's going to pick up 6, maybe 7 on the play, but that's going to be enough to move the chains there. I believe that's going to be Carmelo Jackson on the stop for the Tigers, but not before York's able to scamper forward and pick up enough for the first. Coach, this was kind of what I saw in the video that I went back today or this afternoon, was able to pull up on Lebanon. Just 6-7 yards a clip. They're going to be happy to just keep pounding it right there, as Christian's going to get forward on that one. Looks like he's going to pick up about 8, maybe 9 yards on that carry. They're going to give him the first. Going to say he just got across there, but just loading up behind those big guys up front, just going to keep pounding away.
First and 10, looking like ball 26-yard line. Good pass.
York drops back, lets this one go. He's got a receiver, and into the end zone. That's going to be Brody Shoemaker. Shoemaker with the catch and into the end zone, so that's going to make it 13-0 here in favor of the Lebanon Yellowjackets with extra point upcoming.
Got to set everybody up there, trying to get the middle shut down, and then sneak off wide with that pass. So,
number 42, Brett Rhodes, holds down by Christian, kicks up, and it's good. And Coach, that's going to make it 14-0 here in favor of these Yellow Jackets from down the road at Lebanon. But Coach, I think you're exactly right there. You've come with Christian 2 runs in a row, and then York takes off. You've got the defense really pulling in tight, trying to shut that run down. Opens up a one-on-one matchup to the outside. Shoemaker able to go up and grab that one. Squeak in just inside the near pylon down there. And that's one of those things, Coach, awful tough to defend. And credit Lebanon, and especially Braden Christian. Coach, I don't know how many times he's been hit tonight that looks like he's about to be tackled, but boy, he just keeps those legs churning. You're going to have to ride him all the way to the ground to get him down.
It may take a couple people.
Yeah. Rhodes has it teed up. Going to kick this one down. Going to be fielded right about the 20-yard line. Out across the 30.
About the 34.
Believe so. I think, Coach, that was Carmelo in that second wave that fielded that one. And the Waynesville Tigers offense going to head back onto the field. Take over right there.
That's a positive yardage last play of our offense. MJ, I believe, caught the ball. Just wasn't quite enough to be able to stretch the chains, but do have some momentum coming in here on offense. Shotgun. Ryder.
Hands off. I believe that's Bird. It looks like he's going to be stopped just as he gets to the line of scrimmage there.
That'll be pushing it a little bit. It seems like got a late jump on that running back there, Tayshawn, but I was worried that the defender was going to get through. I was worried we were going to hand it off to the defender. That's how quick they got through. So
Lebanon, that front line on defense definitely Comes fast and comes hard. Quick pass to the outside,
just
Coach.
over the top and right into the hands of that number 3.
That's going to be Josiah Simmons, Coach. He's going to be the leading.
He's like, wow, they're throwing it to me, and nobody around to be able to stop him there on the end. Just a little high.
No, and Coach Josiah Simmons is a leading receiver for on the season right now for the Lebanon Yellowjackets, and a favored target by Beckett York, and definitely a young man that can catch the ball, and he showed it right there as he picked that off and took that one back to the house. That'll bring Rhodes on once more to attempt the extra point. Coach, we're getting our first check-in. Former TTSN Sports Fan of the Year checking in from up the road in St. Louis tonight. Congratulating these seniors. If Coach Rawlings were up here with us tonight, we'd probably be talking about it. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago that Coach Stokes was a senior here for the Waynesville Tigers, and somehow those years start slipping away. But we don't want to start doing that math.
Goes back a little bit there. All right, 4:39 left still in the first.
The Tigers line it back up, and that's Carmelo in that second wave up there to the top of the screen. MJ Green back the deep man, and then I think that's Davion Lupica in that second level, right about the 20 there with Carmelo. We'll see what Lebanon does here. They're going to boom this one deep. That's going to bounce out of bounds. So penalty flag will hit for getting out of bounds right there. 15 years ago, Coach. Coach Stokes, we don't like that math. We'll just call it 2 or 3 years ago, and we'll just call that good. We don't want to start doing math like that. Oh, and we got another check in here, Coach. Good buddy of ours up the road. Probably, I'm going to guess, tuning in from Rolla tonight. Probably not still up in Cuba, but he could be. Our former coach right here for the Waynesville Tigers, football, lady basketball, Coach Klutz checking in tonight, watching a little Tiger football.
All right, from shotgun.
Wells, a little quick pass, looking
incomplete.
Looking for MJ Green right there. Coach, that comes out just a little low.
Seemed like he was a little quick on that. Just wanting to get it out, get it going.
Coach Stokes agrees with me on that math. I believe there was a birthday this week in the Stokes family. I believe Deshaun had a birthday this week, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, ball on the 36, 3rd and 9. Tigers kind of looking over the sideline to get the play.
Tigers going to bunch trips right up there at the top.
Looks like they're sending the house here. Here they come.
They come quick, but a little screen. Get the pass right there to MJ Green right there, but Lebanon quick to defend that. Bring MJ down. So, Coach, that's going to bring up 4th and long. Got to think the Tigers are going to punt here. And the punting squad does hit the field. Coach, can you see who that is back deep? I cannot see the number. Ooh, bouncing snap, gets back. And it's going to bounce off the back heel of a Waynesville Tiger right there. So Lebanon going to get the ball right about the 45-yard line. Now, Coach Stokes, we were working the right direction, and then you got to go and say something like that. I'm pretty sure you meant he's 23 this year. There is no way Deshaun, 30 years old. All right, so back to the line come the Lebanon Yellowjackets. Coach, it's still just that loaded, packed-in offensive form right there. And we're going to get a flag. And, Coach, once again, it's going to be that motion penalty right there when we get two of those guys moving back there. So they'll back up 5 and try it again.
We're going to start to get us on the board here. Come on, defense. It's like under center.
Christian in the backfield set.
And
Coach,
again.
We've got a flag on the far side this time. And that's going to be on the Tigers there. They're going to get across just a little early. So, Coach, we backed him up. 5. Then we're going to let them have 5 back. So we're going to go back to where we started this game, Coach.
All right. Well.
It was 1st and 10. Then it was 1st and 15. Now it's back to 1st and 10. We get 3 5-yard penalties in a row. I think there should be some kind of, like, name for that or award, maybe a free Slurpee or something like that.
Little belly. Oh, they read it.
Oh, a little option.
Yep. Little midline triple. Read it well. The mesh was good. It looked like it was going to be belly again and pulled it back. And
that's going to be Ogle.
I guess that's Lebanon's RPO. Instead of run pass option, it's run pitch option, I believe is what that is. RPO,
well,
run pitch
and
option.
at first I wasn't sure if that was the intention or if it might have been a little miscommunication, but whatever it was, it worked. Is they're going to take it all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Tigers here, Coach. And we're still a little over 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Well, we're back in flex bone. We may say it again. Belly. They do mesh well. It is hard to tell who's got the ball and who's going to pitch. So
York does a nice job of selling the fake, and with it all packed in there, it's hard to see. Christian gets the carry on that one. He gets forward, and, Coach, I'm going to say he picks up 3. So Tigers able to stop him just a little bit closer there.
Their version of the left
That's going to be Shoemaker. Yeah, Shoemaker's going to get the catch and pick up 3, maybe 4. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 3 here. I would expect we're probably going to see either a handoff to Christian, or we're going to see a fake handoff to Christian, and we're going to see York keep it and take off.
Look like a little motion there.
Yep.
A little left early.
Oh, they're going to call that on the defense, Coach. Woo.
Yeah.
Coach, we get another check-in here on the TTSN Sports Line. Former Waynesville teacher, former Waynesville mayor, Miss Luge Hardman, checking in with us, saying, "Let's go Tigers."
Well, I was curious about what the weather is. It doesn't look like it's doing anything outside right now other than just a little on the chilly side. Of course, it's the time of year for that.
It looks like it's going to be Christian up the middle there, but the Tigers doing a nice job right now. Christian had some room inside to move and kind of get that head of steam built up early in the game right there. And the Tigers doing a nice job. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on that one, Coach. It's going to be about 2nd and 8. Tigers doing a nice job of shutting that rundown right up the middle.
There he goes again.
Goes again. This time he's able to drag a Tiger with him. As he's going to get down near the 10-yard line. It should be enough for first.
All right.
Yeah, Coach, had just been a little misty yuck on and off. I got up and watched the news this morning, as that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Got up and watched the news this morning and said they made it sound like it was going to be dry all morning long. Got over to Coach Rawlings' house. Me and Coach Black were helping him do a little deck work this morning. Had to replace some deck boards. About the time we started getting wood cut, started sprinkling on us. And that's not what the weather said was going to happen, but thankfully it quit. We got those boards replaced and then got to have a little bite of lunch and get some work done today. It's been a busy week, Coach. We've had parent conferences last night, a fantastic evening or afternoon, I guess, out at the Piney Valley Golf Course as the cross-country team did the little district tune-up run. We had the Varsity 2-mile, and then the JV ran the 5K, and the middle school ran the 2-mile. And wanted to congratulate one of our seniors. In fact, I saw him today. Stepped in the barbershop when I was getting my hair cut today, Mr. David Boyd, running fantastic yesterday for the Waynesville Tigers, and then I believe winning it for the Waynesville Lady Tigers, Miss Brooklyn Lurcher. But a great afternoon out there. Oh, Coach, we've got another check-in down here, another former TTSN Sports Fan of the Year. I'm going to guess they're tuning in from down in Arkansas tonight, Miss Angie Rogers-Pills. I'm guessing Coach Pills' ears might have been burning this morning. Coach Rawlings had a story or two he had to pass along.
Sure, yeah. All right, looks like we got a little action here. Pass this a little inside incomplete. So
pressure right there coming up the middle. I believe that's Devontae coming quick, and Beckett York had to let that one go in a hurry, looking for Christian right there, and came hot and fast behind Christian, but I think Beckett York decided that discretion was the better part of valor on that play.
That is enough to make a guy run just a little bit faster.
Woo! Pressure was coming, and it was coming quick.
Keeper.
York going to keep it this time. He's going to get down to about the 6-yard line.
A little 3rd and goal. I'm guessing this close, and it was 3rd and goal, but they're probably more than likely going to try to push it in there with 2 plays. So. Under center.
Handoff goes to Christian, and he's in.
A great push by the Yellowjackets line to be able to just to kind of fall up over the top of him into the end zone. Once again, just a little high. You bump him high, that's not going to get that guy down.
No, you're going to have to grab around that waist and yank, and if nothing else, like you said, hold on till someone else gets there. So Rhodes will be back in to attempt the point after here. Holds down, the kick's up, and it's good. And, Coach, that's going to make it here at the 11-12 mark, quarter number 2. That's going to make it 28 in favor of the Lebanon Yellowjackets. But, Coach, a good day to be in Tiger Nation yesterday. We talked about the success of the cross-country team yesterday out at Piney Valley, and happy to get out there and get a chance. I had to do a little work out there yesterday with you guys, but to get to see our kids run and support you. And good news from up in Kansas City last night.
A little volleyball action.
Volleyball action is we've brought you a few of those games this year. A very senior-led team here at the high school. Just under Coach Barkley, Amber Barkley, just what a fantastic bunch of young ladies. Opening up districts with a win last night against Sedalia Smith Cotton, advanced to the next round of the district tournament up there. And, Coach, I believe they're going to be playing tomorrow morning. I did not get a time or see who the opponent was going to be. We'll see if we can't find some of that information out.
Had a little daylight there. I thought he was going to break three. A nice cut to the inside. Kind of set him up and jump back in. And looked like he was just a couple players away from breaking that.
Going to set us up in good field position here from the 30, but want to send good luck to the Lady Tigers tomorrow. Look to march on towards that district title championship game, and Coach Barkley and those young ladies have worked hard. We've got to see them several times this season, and just an outstanding group, and wish them all the success in the world tomorrow. Handoff goes to Coach. I believe that was Ty Fowl, number 10, coming out of the backfield there.
Jacket jumping through the gap and just able to just getting a hand on him as he receives that ball. I don't even know if he got a step in before he was wrapped up there.
Yeah.
It was pretty close.
Pressure was closing quick, and it looks like Ty's going to lose maybe a yard or two there on the carry. Tigers going to spread it out just a little bit here. 2 wide receivers up to the top, 1 down here to the bottom. Man comes in motion, fakes the give. Wells going to take it himself, and he's going to run out of bounds, but not until he picks up about 7. Coach, that makes it a lot more manageable. About 3rd and 5 here upcoming for the Waynesville Tigers.
Good decision there not to throw that, and just had just a little bit of running room. So,
well, we've seen some of those little stunts right there on that defensive line coming quick with that pressure. Wells able to spin out of that, sees a little daylight in front of him, and he took off, and nice little scamper's going to pick up about 7. Wells drops back. Here comes that pressure once more.
Oh, he broke loose from 1. Yeah, he gets to the outside, got a little bit of room.
Still on his feet across the 50.
Just steps out about the 43, 44.
That's going to be number 4, Coach. That's going to be Borno Crispin as he gets that one out across midfield. Big gain right there for the Waynesville Tigers, Coach.
A little momentum.
So you're going to see the replay right here, Coach, as he catches that. Boom. Bobbing and weaving through traffic. Borno Crispin takes off with this one.
Got it going. Just wrapped up, bring down 2 positive plays there. So moving the football.
Ogle able to bring him down, but Coach, not before he picks up about 18 yards on that one. Coach, it looks like we've got a timeout here. Lebanon going to call the timeout right there. I don't know, maybe a little miscommunication, maybe not happy. Coach Christian across the way may not be happy with the last couple of plays right there. Just refocus the defense and kind of get them back on the ball. Is nice pass and then a nice run right there for Borno Crispin. And Tigers down, threatening in Lebanon Yellowjacket territory. All right, after the timeout, Tigers back onto the field, and Coach, that is number 4, Borno Crispin, lined up in the backfield set as Wells goes up under center. Turn.
A little pitch.
Oh. And this time, pressure coming quick.
Straight up the line. Was that 80?
That's going to be 81 Quentin Hendricks, and Coach, he was coming with a full head of steam.
Looks like 12:30 could be game time for
12:30 tomorrow, Blue Springs South. It's who the Waynesville Volleyball Lady Tigers are going to be taking on tomorrow.
Who upset the 2-seed Rockbridge, so
Well, it's time to upset the upsetters, Coach.
Upset the upsetters is a good way to go. Who just
Quick pass to the outside, looking for MJ Green right there. Just kind of handcuffs him. MJ not able to get a grip on that one, and
just kind of that defensive end there kind of threw his hands up, almost got a piece of it to knock it down, and I think that may have threw MJ off, kind of swatting at the ball, kind of lost sight of it.
So that'll make it 3rd and 16 here. The ball sits right about the 30-yard line.
I'm just guessing. I'd say we're probably going to get 2 tries if we don't get the first down here or score. Score would be nice. Let's not worry about it if we can just get a score.
Wells looking for Borno Crispin, gets it just a little behind him there, and Coach, I believe that one's going to be picked off.
Well, I thought they waved it off, incomplete pass. It must have got down to the ground, so a good look by the official. He got a good view on it. So
and that was number 181, Quentin Hendricks right there, the young man that came up with the big loss 2 plays prior right there, kind of jumped that pass route, but as you said, the referee waves that off. And say the ball hit the ground there. So going to make it 4th and 16. And as you predicted, Coach, and I agree, I think Coach Hill's got to go for it down inside Lebanon territory at this point. 4th and long, but you've got to go at this point.
It looks like 2 safeties back. We're wide.
4 wide outs, 3 to the top.
Here they come. Straight through. Throwing it up. And just out.
Yeah. I don't know if that might have slipped just a little bit coming out of the hand of Wells in the backfield there, but no one around over there where it fell. So, unfortunately, that's going to be a turnover on down. So, it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Lebanon Yellowjackets as they're going to turn it around right at the 30.
8:18 left in the second.
York
in tight. York under center.
Turn, hands it off to Ogle this time.
On the carry for Lebanon, number 5, Evan Ogle. Tackled in by number 4, Samuel Borno Crispin.
Borno Crispin in on the stop there for the Waynesville Tigers. So he's going to pick up about 5 on the play.
And that ball off to him at full head of steam and got him wrapped up.
Boy, and Coach, it's just that misdirection. Like you said earlier, you just never know which angle. This time York drops back. He's going to let a pass go, looking for Braden Christian, but kind of gets it on that outside shoulder. Braden looking to the inside, so that's going to be incomplete. It'll stop the clock at 7:28.
3rd and 5.
And, Coach, yet another TTSN Sports Fan of the Year, Mr. Trevon Dorsey, tuning in with us here this evening. So, 3rd and 5 here for the Yellowjackets. Ooh! Coach,
stopped. I guess
absolutely
they
dropped.
That play. They handed that ball off to the guy shooting the hoop in the hole, so –
that's going to be Ty Fowl, number 10, right there. We've seen come out of the backfield tonight for a couple times. As Coach, you see right there, boom, Ty grabs him, and a whole streak of Tigers joins him. But Ty Fowl sticks him right at the line.
So it looks like Lebanon's punt unit coming on. So,
and looks like that's going to be MJ Green back as the lone deep man here for the Waynesville Tigers. High spiraling kick.
MJ's going to pick it up. Oh, maybe not the greatest choice, but he did get a handle on it and kept a hold of it. So
that's one of those, Coach, that if it takes that real clean hop, hits you right in the hands, and you're able to grab it and go, it seems like a great idea. And it kind of spun sideways there, and then at that point it's too late. You got to do something. But MJ holds on to it right there, so that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. 6:34 left to play here in first half action right now. The Lebanon Yellowjackets on top 28-0. Nice drive this last time as Connor Ross comes in motion for the Tigers. By the Tigers, want to see that offensive momentum. Little quick pass to the outside. MJ hit quickly right there by a couple Tigers. Looked like number 24. Coach, that's going to be Eric Nichols first to the ball. And then number 9, Cameron Rose, who coming into tonight, coach on the season, leading tackler there for the Lebanon Yellowjackets, averaging an impressive 11 tackles a game.
That is impressive.
I think he only gets half of one there.
That rider from shotgun. Little hole, little gap, some more positive yards.
Going to spill forward, and Coach, I believe that's going to be Bird. He's going to pick up about 6 on the play, looks like.
Back into action.
Brought down eventually by Kramer, but not before Bird gets it to a very manageable 3rd and 3 here for the Tigers. Wells in the shotgun set. Believe that's Bird in there behind him. 2 receivers out. Handoff gives to Bird, and he's going to be hit immediately.
Not much running room there.
No, I believe that's number 65, Harrison Cranmer. And, Coach, he was coming through with a full head of steam. Cranmer, one of those Lebanon Yellowjackets, it seems like Lebanon's kind of mixed it up which side it's coming from, but it looks like they stunt one guy hard each go. So the Waynesville Tigers going to be forced to punt here. High end-over-end kick. Going to be fielded at the 40 by Ogle.
Good coverage. Got downfield pretty quick for the tackle. Pretty good punt.
Yeah, Ogle, he's going to get about 5 yards, but Lebanon, that's going to be about it. So Lebanon going to go to work right there at their own 45. 4:23 left here in the first half. Lebanon keeps that same formation. York up under center. Turn gives to Christian.
Got to wrap that guy up.
And that is why we've said that all night long is, Coach, again, it's going to be the 3rd guy that brings him down. Christian.
Yep. He's not a big guy, but it's kind of set slow to the ground. You think you could just pick him up, but those legs moving, it's easier said than done.
Well, it looked like they had him after 5 yards and then after about 11 yards, and then next thing you know, he's all the way down to the 32-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. As Christian just keeps those legs pumping.
Here we go again. Not too much. Was that Devontae that got him hold of him there?
Yeah, I believe so. But even then, Christian's going to get forward and pick up about 4 on that carry. But Devontae gets him stopped right there.
Pretty big difference being under center and handing that ball off versus shotgun and handing it off. So you got a little extra room when you get it. Here we go again.
Christian plows forward, and he's going to have enough for the first down. He's going to get it down inside the 20. Tie foul with the tackle for the Waynesville Tigers, Coach. And this is kind of where we've got to think we're a little wary, as we've seen Lebanon just plow that to Christian, or see York take off with one, and then all of a sudden York drops back and
punches it to the outside.
Yeah.
You can see what we got here. So it's kind of hard not to keep the ball out of that guy's hand. Here he goes. Oh, stopped on a dime. He was about to get wrapped up and stopped, and then just bounced it back outside. So full head of steam. Pretty impressive running there.
And, Coach, that's going to be real close to a first down. And they're going to say it is enough, so that's going to make it first and goal.
Seems like it is the Yellowjackets. Lebanon's always got the one great running back that you got to stop year after year.
Well, I know over the last few years, of course, up here it's been Jackson Glendenning, and it seems like they've got that strong tradition of a good running back. This time it looks like the handoff's going to go to Ogle, is coming kind of out of that flex bone. The handoff comes across right there. Carmelo Jackson comes up and makes the stop, so that'll make it second and goal. Ball sits just inside the 5-yard line. So, Coach, we're just over a minute to play, and I think we're going to get a timeout here. And it looks like the Waynesville Tigers are going to call that timeout there. You kind of got pressed back in here, Coach. I think Coach Hill wants to talk it over. As you look down there, see Coach Carl Wilking down there in the middle of the huddle. Want to make sure you've got that defense exactly where you want to be. You see Borno Crispin right there. Looks like there's some very specific directions being given, Coach, on what
Yes.
they expect to come out of this for the Lebanon Yellowjackets. And so you see Coach Wilkie down there giving that very direct advice.
Well, as a coach, defensive coach, you're thinking, boy, they've been handing that ball off to him quite a bit. So,
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing for Lebanon's part. So it's probably a good chance he's going to be getting that ball again. Last time they were goal line, there was a big push to this near side here. Great offensive line push. So.
And it goes right to Christian. Now, first man wraps those ankles up, but holds on to him.
I seen him go down and pop back up. I'm like, oh, no. But luckily enough, he went right back down. So it looks like we got third and goal.
Well, and it's exactly what I think Coach was in there talking about. Like, you got to grab him and hold on. Help will get there, but
let's let something else beat us besides that guy this time. So, and they were all in.
So we hit the 40-second mark here. Man comes in motion. York's going to keep it, and he's going to be stopped.
Short. Good defensive stance by the Waynesville Tigers. Goal line. Little goal line defense.
Looks like their forward momentum, they're going to give him a yard on that. But, Coach, it's going to be fourth and goal here as you're going to see this replay right here. York makes that little dive, looking for some space up the middle right there.
Number 11's got a hold, and a whole bunch of Tigers.
A whole streak of Tigers joins. Carmelo Jackson, first man to get in there. And, Coach, we're going to get a timeout there by the Waynesville Tigers here before this big fourth down right now. Coach, you talk about going into halftime with a little momentum. I think if you're able to stop on fourth down, keep the Lebanon Yellowjackets out of the end zone right here with 16 seconds to go in the first half, that you can go into the locker room feeling pretty good about things right now. Only down 28, but, Coach, a big difference between down 28 and down 35. And then, of course, at halftime, as you look across there, Winter's Edge, the production by the Tiger Pride Marching Band, going to be out here. And, Coach, we would definitely want to encourage the folks at home to stay tuned, watch that. Just an outstanding performance this year for the Tiger Pride Marching Band. But 4th and 2.
A little pitch, and look.
And we're going to get a timeout, Lebanon. Wow.
Whoa, had him wrapped up in the backfield, and I was feeling pretty good.
So little gamesmanship here. Coach, I was geared up. I was ready for the 4th and 2. I think Coach Christian across the way probably real glad he got that timeout right there because I don't think that play was getting in.
Nope.
But, Coach, that didn't happen because he called the timeout. So we got
All right, here we go.
to step up and do it again.
Look like a little goal line defense, 4th and 2. Get a stop, 16 seconds remain. Second quarter before we go into half. That would be some positive momentum here, so let's make them earn it. We got a man in motion, little keeper into the end zone, and
Shoemaker.
just over the top. So, well,
the gutsy play call right there is you fake the handoff to Christian right there and pull it up, and it's going to be all or nothing on that pass. But Shoemaker, to his credit, goes up and makes the grab right there over the top and
made something else other than the run.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. So, pretty good goal line defense there. Just a little short. Snap up.
Rhodes with the point after. And so the coach, unfortunately, that is going to make it 35-0 here. 12 seconds left before half. But definitely want to encourage everybody to run to the water, run to the fridge, get that bottle of water, get hydrated. But get back here and watch this Tiger Pride Marching Band and their production coach. Of course, my favorite trumpet player in the entire world is a part of this band.
Well,
and I've had a chance this season is, unfortunately, last weekend we got rained out down at Carthage. We're not able to have the competition. The weekends before we were down in Springfield and then down at Branson to watch the day-long competition. And Coach, I had never, until this year, until my favorite trumpet player in the world had been a part of this, I had not been to one of these day-long competitions. But, Coach, it is something to see. And it goes from morning until late at night. I think that 10:30 at night is when they finally started the final awards down in Branson the other night. But it is outstanding. The work that Jared Sabatasso, Chance Inman, the rest of the assistant band directors, what they do with almost 200 students over here in this Tiger Pride Marching Band, it is just absolutely fantastic.
And we are about to see them here pretty quick. 12 seconds.
Going to be our final performance for the marching season, I believe, here.
A little onside.
And I think that's just the run out the clock, bounce it down the middle, try and make this the last play. But it looks like Tiger's still going to have a shot here if they want to take a quick look down the field. Looks like Wells is going to be back there in the shotgun set. Coach, is that Bird back there behind him?
The turn to his ankle can't quite catch from the angle that we're at right now.
It is Bird. The handoff's going to go to Bird, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield there for about a 1-yard loss right there. And, Coach, looks like that's going to bring us to halftime. So, unfortunately, the Lebanon Yellowjackets going to be on top here, 35-0. Want to encourage you to get a quick drink if you're watching there at home, but get right back here to the field as the Tiger Pride Marching Band, under the direction of Mr. Jared Sabatasso, is going to take the field. And, Coach, we'll be back with you in about 20 minutes.
see, maybe we'll have a little bit of positive. I think
For your halftime. Show Winters.
She may be a whisker taller than Sophie. The other day they were right there, and I thought Paige might be a whisker taller, but I sure wasn't going to say anything because Sophie getting mad.
I mentioned something about that one time that she was got on the defensive.
Oh yeah, Sophie doesn't like that at all.
Let's hear it for your Waynesville Tiger Pride Marching Band! And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the senior members of the greatest band in the land, the Tiger Pride Marching Band. Destiny Adams. Aaliyah P. Justin Brickley. Destiny Adams. Justin Bricky. Lulu Carlson. Serena Chin. Reese DePoy. Rick Fort. Aliki Hanky. Zachariah. Miley Himbach. Caleb Lewis. Candace Myers. Savannah Nelson. Ashlyn Osborne. Timothy Perkins. Sarah Pierce. Serenity Richards. Jasmine Ravira. Mariah Short. Badier. And your Tiger Marching Band class of 2026.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from halftime. Hope you guys were able to catch that. I know there was, Coach, a little bit of technical difficulties. Hope you were able to catch some of the performance there by
Great
the
performance.
Tiger Pride Marching Band, and then the senior recognition of the Tiger Pride Marching Band seniors taking place down here. Coach, like I said, I've had the chance to watch the performance all year long, and just seems to get better. I know that all year long they're working and adding body movements, and then they add this and they add this, and it just gets more complex every time. And like I said, my favorite trumpet player in the entire world is a piece of that. So just congratulations to them on a fantastic marching season, and as they get ready for districts themselves. So, of course, it's that time of year that we're getting into district play in sports, but district band auditions, I believe, were the last week or the week before, and just wish them all the luck. And And, Coach, we're going to get back here for second half. Now, the Tigers won the toss and took the ball. Unfortunately, Lebanon did an onside kick, and they really got the ball first. But Lebanon going to be receiving here to start the second half. Is Coach with the band performance and especially the senior recognitions running just a little bit long. I think they're going to throw 3 minutes back on the clock here. We kind of expected that they would throw a little warm-up time, make sure both teams have had adequate time to get warmed up here to start the second half. But, Coach, as we got towards halftime, just saw some positive momentum there for the Waynesville Tigers.
It's got a little bit of some running plays and, of course, good defensive stop there at the end of the goal line, almost stopped. So stopped the running game, and they were able to sneak it in from the two little pass over the center, over the top. Just I believe it was the tight end there, just a little, I don't know, head taller than everybody else, jumped up and got it. So it was defended well there, just a little bit over the top, and punched it up to 35, 30 score of 35. So that's where we're going to start the second half.
Well, and the excuse me, as we talked about there, that so close, and Coach Christian across the way calls the timeout on fourth down, Coach, and if he doesn't, Waynesville Tigers hold them right there, or Lebanon not able to tack that last touchdown on, but Coach Christian at the last second calls that timeout. The play continued, but Waynesville stops them short, but the timeout had been called just before the snap, and little positive momentum. Tigers trail right now 35-0, but excited to see these Tigers get back on the field here. For these seniors, most likely, Coach, of course, we said earlier in the game, don't know 100%. It's going to depend on outcomes of other games. Everything's in motion, but we got an update, Coach, from near and dear, as Coach Rawlings spent halftime up here in the booth with us. And checked in on the games right now. I believe he said Coach Cap City was losing in their game currently, and if Lebanon were to win and Cap City would continue and lose their game, I believe it would give Lebanon a bye next week. And, Coach, it has us going to Glendale. Is that how Coach explained it?
Yep, I believe so.
If things stay as they are currently, it would have the Tigers on the road next week at the Glendale Falcons for the first round of district play, and we'll just kind of try and keep that updated as we go. As Coach, I believe Cap City was at Belleville, Illinois that they were playing this evening.
Yeah, I could look it up real quick. Once again, everybody, that top three is so close. So,
and it looked like it was going to be point differential possibly and different stuff. As Coach, now see Coach, this is important. The people at home know you're being honest. When you said you're going to look it up on your phone, they were getting a look. They saw you looking it up on your phone. It's an honest Rick Sapanzik.
Well, we won't tell them it'll probably take me 20 minutes to find it, but that's
well, and now unless they set a timer, Coach, they're not going to know. I'll set a timer.
Well, did they get a look at my hat? I was on my phone. I didn't look.
No, they didn't get to see the front of your light-up hat, Coach. That is a work of technology in and of itself. I'm surprised Tim Wallace didn't invent that hat.
Well, he may have. I didn't look at the fine print, so.
But, Coach, Lebanon's going to field that one. They're going to get it out across the 30, and so they're going to set it up first and down and take it right there.
But we are coming off a little momentum on defense. Let's see if we can get a hold here. Just once again stopping that never want to go down running back. They've got a good one. We're going under center. Then in motion, lay back up the middle, and they're able to grab a hold.
And it's going to be Christian on the carry. Big Devontae Martin, the senior, here on senior night, has walked out there. Gets in there and stops Christian that time for about a 1-yard gain. York right back under center. Turn gives to Christian again. Christian escapes one right there. He's going to be close to the first down. Looking at the far official, I think he's got it.
Yeah, I believe he's just going to sneak in just past. They are moving the chains.
Tackle made by number 19 of the Tigers, David Lupika.
I think Lupica's the man that brought him down, but not before he picks up that first down. So nearing midfield. York drops back. He's going to let this one go.
Long pass. He got a pretty good arm and just out of in the hands and bounced out, kind of palmed it a little bit. Just reaching out in front with both of his hands and came down and just a little, not enough touch. Came down and bounced out and couldn't grab a hold of it. Outran it after it hit him.
And credit Josiah Simmons right there. He comes into tonight, Simmons, as the leading receiver on the season there for the Lebanon Yellowjackets. And, Coach, when York let that one go, I didn't think Simmons had any chance to run that one down, but credit him stretching out that stride right there. He got hands on it, not able to corral it right there, but definitely some explosive speed at the end of that.
Oh,
a little
double G here. They got the guard actions moving around, a little handoff. So tough play to defend there. Everybody moving one way and, whoa, coming back the other. Then you got some guards to have to worry about in your way. You can't make that tackle. So,
well, and that's what I saw in some of the video I looked, was that mixing that up, the misdirection of those guards. And, Coach, that formation's tough, and I can't imagine being down there in the middle of it and bodies coming every which way.
Here we go again, kind of the same play. And
Christian going to get forward, pick up about 4 right there, but
bumps into the pile and just bounces off his own men and then gets a couple more after that.
Jeremy Mays. It's a short gain on the play. Second down at 3.
so it's going to be second, short 4 or long 3 here.
Same thing, other side.
And that's going to be enough for the first, as he's going to plow his way down inside the 30.
Number 20, Kyson Griss. He's tackled by number 20, Jeremy Mays. The gain of 5 on the play, first down Lebanon.
All right, Lebanon once more right back into that set. Gives to Christian in the middle.
Oh, we got a little bit of running room, wrapped up, still going, and he's brought down some good running there.
Takes a hard hit at the finish, but Coach Christian bounced 4 times before finding his final spot right there.
After the carry, it's first and goal from the 9.
There he goes again, wrapped up.
Nice play there on first down for the Tigers.
Short gain on the play this time for
Lebanon
Lebanon.
going to pick up a yard, maybe 2 on that. But, Coach, we've seen these Tigers, that defense get stout down here inside the red zone tonight. Came up just short right there before halftime. Say ball sits right about the 8-yard line here. York takes the snap, gives to Christian coming around right there, and he's going to get it down to about the 5 before he's stopped. I'm sorry, that's going to be Ogle on the carry that time. Tie foul, big number 10. Gets him just as he gets to the 5-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and about 4.5. Christian's the tailback in the set.
In motion. Seems like they put him in motion, do that, just see if they can get somebody to jump off sides and then bring him right back. So a little late coming off, a little pass, a little quick. Oh, just out of the hands and right into the hands.
That's going to be Josiah Simmons, yeah.
Just kind of caught off guard. This little fake handoff there up the middle, pull it right back and fire it to that near sideline in the end zone.
And he does, and Simmons picks that up. And Coach, I have notes here somewhere. I don't remember.
It is Cap City is at Belleville East, Illinois. So I didn't get a score, but that is who they are playing. Cap City.
Coach, that's going to be up and good. So that's going to make it 42 in favor of the Lebanon Yellowjackets.
5:37 remaining in the third.
So if things hold, then Lebanon would take the 1 seed and have the bye next week. Waynesville would be on the road at Glendale for week 1 of district action. Coach, we saw those Glendale Falcons earlier in the year right here at Waynesville High School. A team that likes to go to the air, Coach.
Yes, that was our long game.
That first quarter, that might have been the longest quarter I remember in a while. So Lebanon's going to send this one deep. Coach, that's going to be fielded back there.
Good angle, just missed. Hang on to that ball and brought down.
I believe that was Carmelo Jackson back there on the return. I know MJ
24.
Green had been the deep man earlier in the game, and Coach, that's going to be Carmelo back there returning that kick. So going to get that one out to about the 24-yard line, looks like where they're going to put it down right there. Number 12, Ryder Wells, going to come to the come up under center. Almost said shotgun set, but comes up under center. I believe that's Bird in the backfield. Pitch goes to Bird. And Coach, he is met immediately, and I believe that time it was Hendricks coming on that stunt again, as we've seen Lebanon throw that man back and forth from each side. Hendricks came through right there. Delivers a hit and a loss of about 3 right there for Bird. Tigers bunch 3 receivers down here, and we're going to have a flag and a whistle.
Legal procedure.
Against the Waynesville Tigers. So that's going to back him up 5 more, and Coach, get you back in danger land. You start getting close to this goal line here. This is going to move the ball down to about the 16-yard line. Wells going to be in the shotgun set. Bird in there beside him. Quick pass to the outside. That's complete to MJ Green across the 20, and Coach, I kind of lost him here in front of us, but it looks right about the 25-yard line.
Maybe a yard. Back
Well,
second and 3rd and 9.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to get us just past the original line of scrimmage there before the loss on the run and then the penalty. So gets us back to about 3rd and 9 here. Tigers going to split receivers out, 2 down here to the bottom of the screen, 1 way wide out to the top. I believe that's MJ Green up there. Ryder Wells flushed out of the pocket, looking down the field. He's going to let this one go.
Hey, where's that flag?
Oh, wow.
Where's that flag? Letting them play.
Wow.
Looks like that Lebanon Yellowjacket had a hand on that jersey.
Oh,
it was
he
that
had
Carson
him.
Mitchell and trying to hold on to him.
Well, no,
so
and I think that Carson, asking about that as he came back by
across.
because from about the 42 to the Lebanon 49. Lebanon had a hand yanking that jersey right there the entire way.
I don't know if Carson's got a back pocket in this pant pocket there, but they definitely had a hold of that and then some. So puts Tigers back to punting and pretty good. Another decent punt. Steve,
that's going to check up
well,
right there.
There we go. A little bit of roll after that first bounce. So
it's going to fall dead right at the 50.
Midfield.
So the Lebanon Yellowjackets will be back to work right there, but tough break right there on that no call by the Tigers, because that was most definitely pass interference. And clock continues to run here.
That safety was a little excited. I don't know if he's excited that he stopped the play or excited he didn't get the flag. So regardless, it is Waynesville Tigers trying to get a defensive stop here. So a little pitch.
Pitch to the outside, and Coach, that's Ogle.
Good angle. It's going to get to his feet, and he's going to be
pushed out of bounds.
About the 9-yard line, it looks like.
So Ogle, first down run, going to pick up. I'm still waiting to see a spot here.
Ooh.
Whoa. Coach, the referees
He must have stepped out a little earlier.
They're going to say he stepped out way back here at the 18. And, Coach, we had a pretty good look at that one. I think Lebanon might got shorted a few yards right there. They're going to give him credit for about 37, or I'm sorry, about a 28-yard run.
A good mesh.
Christian in the middle as he bowls through the first one. He's going to have it down inside the 10. And, Coach, that's going to be awful close to the first down. And they're going to say he has just enough for the first down, so it's going to make it 1st and goal. Devontae Martin credited with the tackle on that last play. And, Coach, it looks like Lebanon's going to be content to run the clock out on the third quarter right there. So we're going to make the long run or walk down here to this other end to start the fourth quarter. Coach, but before, with the point differential, we do have the running clock here. Before we get out of here tonight, we want to make sure that we credit all the work, especially on a cold, crisp night out here, Coach. It is flat out chilly out there, but we have all the sports interns down there on the field braving it, conditions and everything else under the direction of the incomparable.
Aluminal?
No, that's illustrious.
Oh.
The incomparable.
The illustrious.
The illuminal, Tim Wallace.
Yeah, you keep changing it on me every week.
No. That's what it's been for years. But it's okay. We're Coach. It's our rookie year together, so we're gonna get this figured out. But Coach, they do all the hard work. We get to roll in up here where it's nice and dry and
warm,
warm in the booth. But Mr. Chris Thompson, Caden Walker, Caden Wilson, Cheyenne Conley, Oliver Greif, Hannah Ussery, Alessandra Eggert, Cheyenne Nietzau, and Christmas Caden Vaughn doing all the work. And, Coach, we get to sit up here, enjoy some Waynesville Tiger football, which we'd be watching anyway. And Tigers able to stop that one right there.
Yeah, we've had some good looks at some plays, and all the way from the get-go, and we could almost see the coin in the hand, the coin toss.
Absolutely. Now, when you said that, it was right before we came on the air. I was looking down at the field, and I thought, Coach, my eyes aren't good. But
look at the screen, Coach.
Even when they were good, I wasn't going to see that coin. And then,
we're going to get another stop, and just couldn't hold on to me long enough. So
second effort right there. And Coach, I believe that is Malachi Simmons, number 36, as we may start to see some changes here. With the lead going into the fourth, we may start to see some substitutions here for the Lebanon Yellowjackets. I don't believe we've called Malachi Simmons' name here this evening.
I don't know if it is. That second group's just as big as the first, so as far as the line, it's a pretty good push still. So.
Point After is going to be good. And, Coach, we talked about senior night. Coach Rawlings stopped up to visit with us at halftime, sitting down here with a good friend of ours, Mr. Shane Redmond from down the road in Lebanon. Coach Redmond, the head track coach down there.
I think he's got one playing tonight, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, sir. I was going to mention number 60, I believe, or I'm sorry, 66 is the number Jake wears over there for the Lebanon Yellowjackets. Coach Redmond put in or announced this week, Coach, he's going to be retiring at the end of this school year. So we'll have one more trip this spring. See Coach Redmond out there on the circuit, but going to be retiring at the end of the year. Want to send our congratulations to him. And
congratulations, Coach.
And definitely know it's got to be a little bittersweet too, being dad of a senior out here this year. Watching Jake, we've watched him over the last 4 years. Down here supporting him tonight, and then I think they're headed down the road tonight, maybe going to go watch a little college football tomorrow, it sounded like when I talked to Coach Redmond earlier this week.
All right, pretty good return.
Yeah, that's going to be Carmelo Jackson for the Waynesville Tigers. Carmelo gets that one out, and, Coach, it looks like about 36. Is that?
Yeah, I might give him one more. Yep, 36.
But, Coach, it's hard to believe we're bringing this fall sports season to an end here as we're wrapping up what looks like it's going to be our last broadcast of the season. With football here.
Hang on to that.
Boy, it takes that lucky bounce right there now.
Yeah.
Now that's a lucky bounce as it gets back in the hand of Ryder Wells, and I know Ryder's happy to. I'm sorry, that Coach, did we make a sub as well?
We lost at 5 after the sack, 2nd and 15, Tigers.
Coach, I do not have a number 14 on my roster. But that did not look like the number 12 of Ryder Wells. But
luckily, just a loss of 5 there, so it'll be 2nd 15.
Took that lucky bounce right back into his hands, but then when he turned around, there was a whole group of Lebanon Yellowjackets there. May have not felt quite so lucky after it took that little bounce.
So we'll force a loss, 2 more yards, 3rd down and long.
And going to be a loss on the play there. So, Coach, it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 17, 3rd and 16 here for the Waynesville Tigers.
A little bit of hole, a little bit of gap. Got some runner.
Borno
Got the edge.
Crispin.
Let's see what he's got here. One man to beat, and he does. In for the score.
Coach, that's going to be a 70-yard run right there for Mr. Borno Crispin. As that burst comes up the middle right there, he shoots out here to the near side.
I think the last 20 was faster than the first 50.
Coach, that young man was moving.
See, that's what these Waynesville Tigers can do. You give them the edge, and they get out there on that edge, and they are tough to catch.
And, Coach, they're going to call a hold.
That was not real popular.
No, and, Coach, I think
I didn't see. I looked for a flag. That's the first thing I did was look back, and I didn't see one out there. And, of course, Coach Hill not real happy about the call, giving his side, coaching the kids.
the referee's still discussing. Coach, I did not see the penalty, but I was watching Borno Crispin as he dove out here and turned those afterburners on.
There are 2 penalties, both against the Tigers.
So, Coach, this is going to be a double penalty, as we're going to lose 10 yards on the holding call, and then we're going to have a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct afterward.
There comes another one.
We have a third flag.
I'm going to figure out what this one is. Guess coach is still talking, pleading his side. Mr. Griffin with the white hat tonight, so discussing what the officials saw.
Coach, they're still down there in discussion.
Did I see another flag come out, or they just not pick up the last one?
No, there was another flag, but Coach was still in discussion with our lead official, Mr. Griffin, down there, and I saw another flag, and I don't know and I saw Coach Hill turn around and kind of motion the boys back, so I don't know if it was maybe a sideline warning, and that's what it is. It's going to be a sideline warning against the Waynesville Tigers, because I'd seen Coach Hill in the middle of the discussion turn around and kind of motion the guys backwards, and so that's what it is. It is going to be a sideline warning against the Tigers. So should not be any additional yardage on the warning there. But, Coach, that's going to wipe out a fantastic 70-yard run right there for Mr. Borno Crispin. And so it's going to make it 3rd and 23 here for the Waynesville Tigers. And we've got a penalty flag here. And Coach, I don't know if there was motion up front. The play clock had not expired. When I saw the flag go up, I looked, and there were still 3 seconds left on the play clock, so it's not going to be delay a game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Tigers.
Coach, that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Tigers, and I didn't
not see where that come from. That wasn't on the field, so.
Our head official, Mr. Griffin, back in discussions over here. Looks like with
Coach Hill.
Coach Hill down here.
Coach Wilkins there. Trying to get an explanation. What in the world is going on here?
So, Coach, that's gonna back it up. Half distance to the goal now is gonna make it 3rd and 35. And Coach, we're still talking on the sideline.
Coach Hill's still pleading his case here. He's got something going on. He's not seeing this. Something's not being done right. So stop the clock with 5:39. Trying to get an explanation.
I think at some point we're just going to have to agree to disagree and
move on.
And move on at this point, because
All right, here we go. A little action. Back to action here. 5:39 left. Tigers getting the play call. Scoreboard showing 4th and 35. I believe it's 3rd.
No, it should be 3rd, Coach, with the penalty. I think. I think 3rd is the right call. Coach, is that Borno Crispin still? Is he the back there?
Okay, we got a little pass play.
Pressure coming.
Looks like that's
nice
not
job
a
to
good
move past it.
And then intercepted.
Lebanon ball tipped. Nice job to try and keep that play alive, but ball tipped up and going to be picked off right there and brought back to about the 5-yard line. Looked like that was number 36, Malachi Simmons again. We saw him come in and serve as the running back on that last series for the Lebanon Yellowjackets. That time on defense, gets up and able to pick that one off. And, Coach, looking at the next week, on Monday we'll be right back here, I believe at home, hosting freshman football. As we take a look at sports for next week. On Tuesday, Coach, you got some options. You want to get down here, bring Mrs. Sapancic down here, Coach, 6 o'clock. We've got the fall choir concert.
Ooh.
Then, once you're done at the choir concert, head on up the hill. Go watch our boys soccer team, as they're going to be playing Ozark on Tuesday night.
This district's coming up for them. It should be here pretty quick.
Should be here pretty quick. And then Thursday, we'll be at home again for soccer. Coach Thornburg and the Soccer Tigers are going to be at home versus Cap City. And then, of course, next Friday, Coach, we start district play. And swim is going to be down in Springfield at the John Foster Natatorium for the Southwest Missouri prelims.
All right, just punched it in again. It'll bring the score to 55-0. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, we've got some thespians, some plays going on here.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody doesn't have anything due tomorrow. I think tomorrow, I believe there's a matinee, and then the evening show, I think, is 6:30. We might need to double check that time online, but yes, high school play. Mrs. Maria Butler, our theater director down here, been putting in a lot of hours with those kids. And Coach, I haven't seen it yet. My plan's to come down. I believe Sunday afternoon is going to be the final performance for the fall play. Going to be down here at 2:30 on Sunday.
Okay.
My plan is to get a quick bite to eat after church on Sunday, and then get up here and see the production. but I have heard nothing but great things. Of course, I have a lot of students in class that are involved in the production, either behind the scenes, working on the crew, the lighting, the acting, and it's just if you haven't been, they always do a fantastic job. I'm fired up to get down and see it. I know. Now, this isn't the musical. I believe Spring is traditional, our traditional musical. This is just the play. But I've heard nothing but great things, and I plan to get down here myself for the Sunday afternoon matinee. So if you got a little spare time, come down here. They'll be in the main auditorium here at the high school. Spinning wrapped up, Coach. It looks like we're going to get back to about the 15.
Also this week, later in the week, Thursday, round number 3 or try number 3 for the Stampede in the Park. That's going to be the 30th. So the last couple times we've kind of pushed it back, a little weather and things going on. So
well, yeah, we had a storm once, and then, Coach, I think we were lined up for attempt number 2
on the 17th.
But then the weather potential for Saturday caused cross-country schedule to shift, which caused the Stampede schedule to shift. So knock on wood and hope for dry weather.
A couple extra weeks for training, so we should see some better times coming up this Thursday, these youngsters.
Well, I know
they're still hot and heavy talking about it.
Oh, yeah, I've got a young man at my house that is fired up and ready to go.
They'd probably run in the snow and probably love doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
So we'll see where that gets. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like, so this time of year, there's always a chance for something. All right, 2:36. Clock's still moving. Looks like second 9. Get from the shotgun. A little hole. Let's see if he can get to the outside.
Crispin.
And
one man to beat.
And I'm looking for flags, not seeing it, not going to get to him.
And Coach Borno Crispin's going to run that one. Had the 70-yarder called back. Coach, that one's going to be an 84-yarder.
Yeah, well, it looked like his last 30 was faster than his first 50.
And Coach, I know, or I believe Coach Black and I were talking new to Waynesville High School this year, Mr. Borno Crispin. I believe he's going to be doing some wrestling here in the winter as well. But, Coach, with the speed burst we've seen out of him, thinking we might need to visit with Mr. Borno Crispin come track time. Like, young man, we may have some things that you could do in the spring.
And it's like, once again, his Tiger get the edge, and it's kind of hard to catch. So on for point after.
Coach, that it's going to be Valencia, and he's going to be up, and he's going to be good. So, Coach, 210, Tigers
on the board.
On the board here. It looks like we're going to get a replay right here. The finish right there. Borno Crispin looking over the shoulder to see how fast they were closing. MJ, I know down at Nixa on a fumble, took that and got a couple little shifts, got into open territory and took off. And MJ came in. I was complimenting him. We were talking. MJ comes by the room a couple times a week to visit, and we catch up. And I said, "Now, MJ, you
got to be careful catching. A guy likes to talk, so you never a short conversation.
Well, and I don't want MJ to be tardy because MJ's student athlete. We got to be on time. But I told him, MJ, I said, I loved it. I said, you just turned around, that ball popped into your hands, and you took off, ran it all the way back in for a touchdown there. But I said, MJ, you got down here about the 25. And you glanced over your shoulder. I said, we just need to keep focused on where we're going. It's only going to slow us down to look back, MJ. Don't look around. You just keep running. So we might have MJ go talk to Mr.
I see him
Borno
down.
Crispin.
I see him down here in this near sides, number 6. So I don't know. We may have something planned going down here, sticking MJ here on this little return. And yes, that's what
Coach,
I thought.
You called it
He's gonna
exactly.
Get it. Oh, does he get in? Does he give it to him? Does he stay in bounds? And we see a flag down.
No, it's going to get out of bounds.
So.
But, Coach, you spied that, and you called that perfectly.
Like, what's MJ doing down there on this near side down here at the end? So a little trickery and almost worked out.
You spied it, and Coach, you called it absolutely nails. That's exactly what happened, and, Coach, that was exactly where they went for it, too. Kicked it past that first line, and MJ Green was closing on it. MJ got his hands on it, but, Coach, it
bounced up just a little bit high and started floating out, and MJ couldn't bring it back in.
Couldn't get those feet down once he got his hands on it.
Looks like Lebanon's going to take a knee here. Nope, they're going to pick it back up and run a little bit.
And, Coach, that's going to be
start.
Coach, that's going to be number 17, Owen Jones. In at quarterback, replacing York over there. And Coach, if the name Jones sounds familiar, older brother played for Lebanon, I believe graduated last year. But I know a proud mom that teaches about 6 doors down from me, Mrs. Melissa Jones here at the high school, teaches Spanish. Owen Jones is going to be the sophomore quarterback in there for Lebanon. That's going to be Mrs. Jones' son. He's going to keep it. Get forward, and Coach, it looks like he's going to get near the original line of scrimmage there. Pick up 4, maybe close to that 5 yards right there. I believe Mrs. Jones was out here helping work this evening at the gate, and know that she is a proud mama.
So we will see what happens the next few hours. We'll probably get a little bit of a look as far as what Cap City's done to know for sure what's going to go on for next week. But
Jones turns and pitches to Kelm on the play right there, and Coach Kelm's going to get that one forward for about 19 yards on the carry as we're under 30 seconds. Yeah, and
going to have to be some craziness for us to be back on air, but I'm all for it. Let the crazy happen.
Oh no, Coach, I'm with you. I am all for crazy. Because I'd much rather be here versus Glendale than at Glendale versus Glendale. And, Coach, it looks like that Lebanon's going to call it right there. So that's going to bring us to the end of this one. Lebanon Yellowjackets are going to prevail 56-7 here over the Waynesville Tigers. Coach, unless something changes, we're going to be on the road next week at Glendale. This brings us to the end of our fall broadcast season. But, Coach, before you know it, we're going to be right back up here for, I believe we're going to start with a little Tiger wrestling here before Christmas break. And then we'll have our men's and lady Tiger basketball after Christmas. We'll get the season rolling. But appreciate you jumping in, Coach. It's been a fun season.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some girls basketball going on. So.
Yep, and we'll get you back up here, and who knows who will pop in before it's all done. But on behalf of Tim Wallace and our TTSN sports crew, want to thank you guys for sticking with us throughout the fall sports season. We'll look forward to seeing you in the winter. And for Rick Sapansky, I'm Matt Johnson, and everybody out there have a fantastic weekend.